All right, so we want to welcome you all and thank you for joining us tonight for our Choice Open House. This, again, as you can see, is a little different this year. We are doing it virtual as well as in person. We did have a snag with some technical difficulties, but we are good to go now. So first, I would like to bring up our principal, Dr. Grace, and she will speak to you.
Hello. Hi. I guess I'll talk to both of you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our choice night. I am Dr. Grice, the proud principal here at Carver Middle School. You're going to learn a lot of things tonight. However, you may still have some questions. Miss Stewart, myself, Miss Wallow, any of our staff can help you out. So throughout the years you're going through this process, please feel free to reach out to us. I look forward to actually meeting all of you face to face, and welcome to Carver Middle School.
Thank you, Dr. Grace. We'll get started with our presentation. So here at Carver, we're going to first start off with our mission statement. Our mission statement is Carver Middle School purpose is to serve the educational needs of its students and provide ongoing support for its families. Our mission is to enable all students to become positive and productive citizens and members of the global society. To achieve this, we aim to develop the student intellectually, socially, and physically. The overall climate encourages lifelong learning through self-discipline, tolerance, leadership, and service to others. Be in the know with what's going on at Carver. I know that a lot of you will be incoming Eagles. So therefore, if you want to know what's happening here at Carver or want to attend any of our events that will be happening throughout the year, follow us on social media. We have our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter account, as well as YouTube. We also have our school website, so go ahead and log on to that and you will see the updates and news there. Also in SIS, parents, you want to make sure that your contact information is updated. So when the district is sending out information as it relates to choice, you will get that information to you, but they use the information that is updated in the SIS system. And why Carver Middle is the best choice? Well, we have two great programs here. Our IB at Carver leads to the IB diploma program that is at Atlantic High School and any other IB high school. The students must maintain a 3.0 GPA to move up into these programs. So we have here the middle years program, and then you go on to the DP program, which is in the high school level. We also have our pre-IT at Carver that builds a foundation for career programs. And again, this feeds into Atlantic as well, where they have cybersecurity certification, digital design, TV film, creative photography, and crafting, which is basically architecture. Here at Carver, being that we are a whole school IB school, we do have Eagle of the Month, which is based off of our IB learner profiles. And these IB learner profile it ties into our mission, where we are trying to create positive citizens for, our world. So the students, they have to display these characteristics, and once the teachers see that they're displaying those characteristics, not just students, but also our staff members, they are nominated, and then they give like a little synopsis as to what did they do to earn those IB Learner profiles. So the IB Learner profile, or the IB, the aims of the IB program is to develop intellectually minded people who recognize their common humanity and share guardianship of the planet, help to create a better and more peaceful world. So IB learners strive to be reflective, open-minded, risk-takers, caring, balanced, principled, knowledgeable, inquirers, communicators, and thinkers. And as you can see here, these are some of our Eagles that have earned the Eagle of the Month. Now we have Mr. Chapman here. He is our CTE coordinator. That means that those are the certifications for our IT courses. And as you can see here on the slide, we have 6th grade, they take digital tools and gaming, as well as coding. In 7th grade, they do web page development and coding. And on the screen, you will see some of the pictures of the students in the class creating websites. On this one, when I went into class, they were doing tables. So they're creating tables and inserting photos to go with them. They also receive industry certification. Technology in 8th grade, they work on technology business skills, so they're gaining those skills that they need to move out into the workforce. Again, they work on coding. In 7th grade and 8th grade, they're working with robotics, industry certification, and the 8th grade course actually calls for the students earn a high school credit for that course. So while they're here, they're gonna earn a whole high school credit by participating in that 8th grade certification course. So why choose our pre-IT? As you can see here, students earn industry certification in the following and earn a high school credit. Site Development Associate, which is basically creating web pages, and then Certified Internet Business Associate. Pre-IT provides the student with, an innovative, basically they're learning how to take the technology that they're learning in the classroom and then applying it to real world situations. The 4 stages that they pretty much go through in those IT courses are investigating, plan, create, and evaluate, which is basically the design cycle. They are creating, they evaluate, they reflect on what they need to make adjustments on, and then they move forward into the next step. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And we have a quick little video on our robotics. All right, so how cool was that, right? So that's our robotics team. Students also, that's our robotics team. Well, the kids in robotics, they do that, do all of those activities that you saw there, but then we also have an after-school robotics team that go out and compete in competitions. And we have earned several awards through that. Here in our middle years program, that whenever you apply for our choice program for IB, that is advanced coursework that the students they will be placed in. So by the time they graduate in 8th grade, they would have received several high school credits in that program. So again, when they apply for the choice IB, those students are placed into advanced classes. And here are the list of the courses that they will be taking. It's language arts, math, social studies, science, world language. Students that are in the IB program for choice, they definitely have to have 3 years of foreign language. They participate in PE, arts, technology and design, and community service projects. So again, we're trying to make sure that they are globally minded. So therefore, they're trying to figure out what problems are in the community. It could whether it be the school, the local community, like in here in the city of Del Rey, or globally. And then they have to come up with solutions on how to solve those problems. Here at Carver, we offer several clubs. This year, the clubs that we are offering are FBLA, Student Government, SECME, Robotics, TV Production, Academic Games, Art Club, National Junior Honor Society, My Brother's Keeper, and Dance and Cheer. And any student can participate in, you can participate in more than one club. We also offer sports here. And the sports that we offer are soccer, lacrosse, softball, baseball, flag football, archery, and we do have boys and girls basketball, track and field, and volleyball. Carver is also a whole school AVID school where we pretty much incorporate different AVID strategies in the classroom to help our students for success to the next level, whether it be a college level or whether it be a career level. But these strategies help the students be successful in life in general. We are also a whole STEM school as well. We incorporate STEM into all of our classes, which is teachers work together as far as like you may have a science and math teacher working together, social studies, language arts teachers working together to collaborate. And then they're also in the classroom showing the students how what they're learning in class applies to careers, as we're, for their topic. So you may have some kids, well, oh, I don't need this in language arts, so I don't need to know this. Or I don't need to know this in science or math, and then the teachers are taking it to the next level and showing them that what they are learning in the classroom is needed for jobs in the real world. So the skills that we are making sure that they develop here are the 21st century skills, which is collaboration, creativity, communication, and critical thinking. Now, when you are applying for the choice program, there are transportation that is available. So even if this Carver is not your home school, if you apply for the choice programs, there are several bus stops located throughout the county, and you can find the closest one to your home, and your child can take the bus at that location. So and I'm going to share this slide on our website, so therefore you can go in and click these hyperlinks. You will be able to click on them, but I'm going to show you now, like for the choice transportation, you would pretty much click on this hyperlink, and it's going to take you to the transportation website. And once you get to the transportation website, you're going to click here, middle school zone schools, Carver Middle, and it's going to give you a list of all the different areas of where this is telling you these from, as you can see here, all the way. This area here is where the buses go for Carver. Oops, sorry, I have to go down. I clicked on the wrong one. All right, so the district links are not correct. I will have to have that uploaded later. But normally, you see how this school, they have it, the boundary area is everything in this blue area is where the bus will pick up those students. But again, this is somehow I'm clicking on Carver, but it's giving me a different school information. So, let's get out of there. So Mr. Chapman is telling me it's Lantana Road, all the way up to, where is it, Lantana Road, north? And then it goes all the way into Boca. So all the way up to Lantana Road, all the way down to Boca. Now let's go back here. Now how you would apply for the application, I'm going to show you that here because the school district choice program actually has a video online that will show you exactly how to apply. So once you click on this link that's here, it will take you to this video. So whenever you log on to the school district website, you're going to see this page here. And down here it's going to say, it's going to have a little video on how to apply. You're going to click on it, and it's basically walking you step by step on how to fill out the application. All applications must be done online. There's no paper application unless you miss the deadline, and of course then you have to do a paper. But if you're doing it before the deadline, it's all done online. You will need to have your child's student ID number to do this. And one thing that is very important, if you're applying for a choice school, make sure that your address is correct in the system as to what you're putting on your choice application. So whatever is in SIS must be the same address that you're putting in on your choice application. Otherwise, it's going to kick back to you that it's not valid, or your application cannot be processed. Both of those addresses must be correct. So if you move, make sure that you change your address in SIS, have that fixed, and then you apply for the application. So I'll let this run so you can see it. But again, this will be linked as well. So you have to pull all this information in here that way. So you see here how it's putting in all the child's information, grade level that current grade that they're in, and the grade that they're applying for. So if you are now fifth grade, you would of course be putting that you're currently in the fifth grade and you're applying for the sixth grade. If your child is coming from, say, a charter school or a private school, you need to also note that in here. And whoever the child is living with, make sure that you put that information in here as well. How many of you, this will be your first time doing a choice application? Okay, so you've done it before. So you know the routine. Anyone online, first time? So since we're all veterans, I'll pause it. Oh, and this is where it's residence verification, and this is basically if you are homeschooled, if you're coming from a private school, virtual school, you have to upload your verification forms as far as like your proof of address, those type of things. If you have a sibling at that same school, put that in. It doesn't guarantee them a spot, but put them in, you know, just put them, note them if they're at the same school. Any questions so far? All right. So that will end our presentation for the night as far as our programs. We will be taking a tour of our IT courses. We do have our robotics team here today, and they will be giving us a tour of the robotics lab, and then we will also visit another technology classroom tonight. And those that are virtual, I will be letting you see our class through my cell phone. So stay on and you will actually get to see the robotics class as well. So does anyone have any questions? For the parents that are here, I do have a list of the contract. Now, the thing is, when you're in a choice program here, the students do have to maintain a 3.0 GPA, whether it be in our pre-IT academy or our choice IB academy or our IB program for choice. The students must maintain a 3.0 GPA, and the reason why it's that way, and it's not just here, it's at other schools as well, is because we're setting those students up for success when they go to apply for a high school, because once they get into the high school programs, those programs have eligibility requirements where the students have to maintain or have, maintained certain GPA throughout their middle school career before they can go into those high school programs. So therefore, we instill that and put that in place now. So therefore, when they are successful when they're applying for the high school level. Now don't be shy. Do you have any questions? No questions? I'll stop recording.